Hello and welcome to Two Indoor Gaming, and we are back with Magic the Gathering Arena in beta. And we're going through the starter packs, and I thought this time, after having a go with the Growth Forest Smite, and then having a very bad go with the Graveyard Bash, this time we might go with the Arcane Inventions. But we'll actually have a look at the deck before we play it, and we can get an idea of what sort of style it's going for. So we'll double click to edit it. We won't actually change it. I just want to go with the starter deck that they've given us, and it's listed over here. These are all the cards that you own. You can change that with these search parameters and what have you, and so they're all pretty much, because it's everything they've given us. So there's a few that we could play that aren't in this deck, like double lands, but being a monocolor deck, they're not necessary, so they haven't been included. But you could add and take away. Another way to look at it is you can change the deck layout, and this is a little bit easier when you're just looking over the deck to see what's actually in it. Now you see over here there's this thing called a sideboard. Now we're not using that at this point in time, but you may be curious as to what it is. It simply means when you play sort of like a tournament, it's best of 3 hands. You might play your first go and realize that their hand is full of flyers and you couldn't block them and you got wiped. But if you've prepared a sideboard before, and you have to prepare it before you sit down at the tournament, then in between the first go and the second go, you have a chance to go to your sideboard, 15 cards, and switch them in and out. So if you've got some flyer protection in your sideboard, then you can switch it in for the second go, so that you won't be so outmatched. So that's what a sideboard is. Obviously we're not anywhere near that sort of tournament play, so you can happily ignore that function. But I thought I'd mention it in case you start playing around with it. When you shouldn't, don't go near it. So, this is the blue deck. It sets out your cards in the mana curve. So this simply means 1 drop. So it takes 1 mana, 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops, 5, 6 above, that sort of thing. So, and it shows you, this is a pretty standard mana curve. Maybe a little at the start, you don't want too many low drops, because you're going to build up your mana fast. So, and it builds up, and generally a lot of people, you curve sort of peaks around the 3 drop, and then you don't want too many in the high ones, because you could get a handful of cards you can't play. So straight out here, it's saying artifact, and you'll notice there's these white cards with colorless mana. They're artifact cards in this particular instance, but it's cards you can play with any color mana. So they've got a few artifacts in here, so it's got a little bit of what you call an artifact deck. So you want to get these played, and we'll show how that plays out, and it can give you buffs to your other cards. So, and we'll see the effects if we get to play them. But you'll see you've got here creates extra artifacts, which is nice. There's whenever you cast an artifact, you get an extra artifact, so you're building up a lot of numbers. The Thopters aren't very strong, but they are flyers, and having 6 1/1 flyers when somebody can't block that, very helpful, obviously. This is just islands, so that's a good card for a monocolor deck, because you're going to be putting only islands down. Oh, okay, so we got some spells there, some with removal spells. It just means taking cards off the board. Sometimes it's returning them back to their hand, which means they still get to play it next time, but if they've, say, put down 5+1 counters on it, when you return it to the hand, the counters disappear. They don't stay with the card, they're gone. So, and if there's an enchantment, that's gone. So it's not as lame as it sounds. If they've buffed their cards and you return it to the hand, they do get to play it again, but the buffs disappear, and so you're nerfing that particular card that's going to attack you. Water Knot is another one. So a bit of removal there. Some artifacts to play, stronger ones. Let's see. Okay, yeah, see, that's got a bonus if you've got artifacts. It's just another flying. So it's sort of a flying artifact deck. Is the general feel to it. An untapped you control rather than pay this. Okay, right. So that just got a little help there. So this so looking through these cards, we can see the basic idea is to not let them play their cards. You want to remove them and just swamp them with flyers, with a few heavy hitters in there as well. So like even the Meteor Golem, it's not very strong. It's 7 whole mana, but you get to destroy a permanent they have, whether that's an artifact or a creature. Yes. So removal, artifact, swamp them. Okay, that's going to be our strategy. So we know what to go in with. So let's get playing. So we'll change that over to Arcane Invention. Sometimes the name gives you an idea. That one, Arcane, I guess is maybe suggesting Arcane Invention's the artifacts, but you'd have to know about artifacts to actually get that. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some more of our quests done too. That would be cool. We'll see who we're up against. Now, last episode I did say I was going to block out the names of my opponents, and then I forgot to block out the names of my opponents. I will do that this time, I promise, this time. So I'm sorry to those last 2 opponents if you feel somehow maligned. Sorry. Whoops, my bad. Okay. Cool, we started with 3 lands, perfect numbers, and we've got some 1-drops. Okay, yeah, we can basically first 3 hands we can play something, so that's not bad. I'm definitely going to keep that and see how we get into things. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of the artifacts that makes this card much better. Well, you don't get everything. Okay, we're not getting another land drop. Hopefully, we're not going to get another mana flood. That would stink, getting that 2 times in a row. Oh, well, they've got it. They're playing the same hand as my guess, straight up. Coincidence? I'm not so sure. Okay, so now they get buffed. That's 2-2. I'm not going to attack, it's just going to die. I want to build up some board presence. But this is going to be less effective if I'm facing the exact same hand. And if they've matched me that way, it's going to be a little bit... See, because the whole idea of having flyers is to find somebody who doesn't have flyers. That's when you're at your strongest. See, that's the card I've got too. I'm really suspicious that I'm facing the exact same deck. And I got another land. Not so helpful. Okay, well... That's not bad. And I am going to... See, they've already got a flyer, but I've got my flyer. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to let them throw themselves upon my merciless defense. Or hold off like I am. Either way. That's going to be reasonable play again. Yep. This is the exact same deck. This is what I was saying last time about the matchups. I don't think are particularly random. I don't think they want you waiting around forever, so sometimes they'll just throw you at whoever's in the queue. But, yeah, it's just not that, you know what, I'm bored with sitting back. I'm gonna have a go. Yeah, it's not super random, and this I find it's a little bit annoying to tell you the truth, because it is limiting the showing the capacities of the deck to take on other decks. That's what I find most fun about Magic, is because you might have you're from a totally different color or guild, and we'll get into guilds later, with a totally different strategy, and seeing how that plays off on somebody else with a totally different strategy. That's where the fun's at. And this is just so much of let's bash each other until one of us submits. And who's going to draw the best cards first. And I don't like that at all. I really don't like that at all. I think it takes out that element. It really does take out that element of Magic and what it brings to the game. or your gaming experience, I should say. So it's who's going to get the best cards out first. And what are they going to do? Which one? Pick a card, any card. Now in this case, there's no real benefit. It's just going to delay me, make me use up my mana again. Yeah, so putting back the card that costs the most is the wisest move at this point. Because then I'm more likely to use up all my mana next turn, just getting back to where I was the previous turn. It's also taken out my only flying blocker, so he got in his little bit of damage. Now, again, too much mana means I could play whatever, but I don't have whatever to play. So we just keep trundling on. Now at this point, I could mutually assured destruction, or holding off. So you've got that option. So I'm going to play this one and force him to do something. Oh, that's pretty dumb, because now I've just nerfed my Gearsmith Prodigy. See, this is what happened. I'm getting so frustrated with what they've set up that I made a mistake. And now I've nerfed myself. Just because I was bored. And I've got all these artifacts in the deck, but I'm not drawing them. And now he's drawing his. Okay. Sorry, she's drawing hers. Oh, well, I got another one back. So there we go. I wasn't punished too severely for my mistake. But, yeah, still. I'm getting bored. This is not why I play Magic. For this kind of setup. So we'll get through it. At least we're getting to see a lot of the cards and how they play. And you're learning a little bit more about this blue starter deck. Okay, what are you going to do? You've got all the board presence, but you're holding back. Means we're just building up cards, building up mana. Okay, you want to wait longer, fine. Whatever. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, gets 1/1 till end of turn. But we don't have, I'm not getting all the spells, so let's put it in. Let's dance around each other a little bit longer. Ooh, I'm going to play that island just for something to do. And then I'm going to wait for you to do something. And they're waiting for me to do something. And we're all both waiting for another card that does something better. So pretty much what we got... Oh, okay, here. Finally we've got a removal, which I haven't gotten any of yet. So, well, it doesn't take it away from the board, but it locks it down. Now I can't use it. It just can't attack or block, which sets me back. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do. At this point, my only goal is probably to drag this game out as long as possible, just so we can see some of this stuff at play. Block that one, and don't want to get rid of that. No, I do not want to get rid of my field creep. I'm not going to do that again. But just for the sake of getting something happening, I will block that. Alright, now it's my turn. I'm going to play Water Knight. And you're going to lose your best card. And now I can do some damage because they've got no flyers. And it's sort of flipped it a little bit. But what card will they draw? A land. So this is why I always hold that land. There's no point in her having an 8th mana. 0. But if she held onto that card, if it wasn't a blue deck and me knowing exactly what's in her hand, I'd be like, oh, what has she got? What is she holding back? She's got to worry what this is. Now, I'm bluffing. I'm totally bluffing. But she doesn't know that. She might guess that, but she doesn't know that. So, yeah. Okay, what are you going to do? Ooh, getting mean now. So I'm going to play this. And do I want to keep the artifact in case? So basically she could do 8 damage. Yeah, I'll do that. Because it doesn't matter how low my mana is, as long as I win. Is basically the key. So now I could play... How much damage? 4... 8. But that would leave me only one blocker and I would die. So I don't have enough to kill, not this round. So I am going to hold back and play defense. And hope they don't bring out something here that's going to stuff me right up. Like locking down one of my air elementals. I can still block all three, but it takes away some of my options. Ah, clever, clever. Disperse their own cards so that now it can be replayed. It can become a blocker. Nice work, very nice. I'm impressed. Ooh, very good play. That worked out very well for them, that disperse card. Now what? They're going to wait. Diamond Mare. Now this is interesting. Whenever you cast a spell of a chosen colour, you gain 1 life. But that doesn't give me many options. I don't have too many spells. I'm not sure if creature spells count. We'll find out in a moment. Unless I find my air elemental. It did count. Bonus. And that one can make all the difference. Now, I will block. I'll hold back and block, because if I block, I could double block their Riddlemaster Sphinx. They can't risk it at this point. But I risk them pulling something here that's going to do something nasty to me. No, that's not it. Now, they're going to go defensive again. That'd be the smart move. Is to wait another round. Yes. Because they just risk losing their creeper. Now, this is maths time. I can do a maximum of 6 flying damage. 2 that they would block, and then I would be totally vulnerable to death. There's no point in me attacking. I can't win, and I would just lose next hand. So I have to wait another go. Okay, so they're building up more stuff. Makes it harder for me. We're basically top decking at the moment. So that means we're at the vagaries of our decks. What comes out next? It's all about odds. Because I would put them definitely ahead of me. Mainly because of these sentinels. But if I was to draw a couple of those, it could change the whole board state. So I've got that to, to play around with. Now here's the point. What do I block and how do I block it? Like I said, I can double block over here. They don't have a buff. I'm safe in that. But I can get rid of that, which is helpful. I can also get rid of this. Now they'll get rid of one of my air elementals, but I've got a backup. What else could I get rid of? Or would that be enough? Now, how much damage is that? That's 6. I've got to block something here. I can't let all 6 damage get through. So they're going pretty much to try and weed out my stuff and give themselves a little bit of leeway. So let's see how this goes. I really should be working this out a bit better, but I'm tired of this hand and I want it to finish up. Okay, what have we got? Okay, well, let's clean up the board a little bit. Draw 2 cards. Okay, I would hope for a disperse so I can get this guy back, and that would change things really well. Ooh. Now that's a nice card to have. Target creature gets -4 until end of turn. Okay, that's just a nerf attack. It's not really a removal. So I'm going to put... I'm just going to pay the mana. Because I don't want anything tapped at this point. Oh, I don't have enough. Okay. Looks like I have to tap the artifact. That's okay, I've still got 3 blockers. We'll wait. See, now if I attack, I'm going to be very vulnerable and I can't kill them straight up, so I need to wait. I need to be able to block. I just do not have enough mana to throw myself in, no matter what. Okay, nice card. But it can't block flyers. And I have all the flying damage. They can block 1. So block that one, I still can do 8 damage. So again, not quite enough. I need to draw... Oh, nice. I'll play. You play that card. I'll play it too. There, take that. So what do they get? 2, as long as you control a blue creature. Yeah, well, that's not difficult. Okay, sure. So this is annoying now, because if she didn't have that, I could take them. One go. If they had trample, they would be fine too, but I do not. So I have to wait at least one more hand, and they're hoping for something good here. What have you got? What'd you draw? No! Oh, that's sad for them. Happy for me. Gives me a chance now to do something. And what is that? -4. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, can I draw something else that's helpful? Like a removal? No, just an island. Fine, I'll play that, because I've still got this one. What I really wanted was that disperse, so I could get my Jin back. Now, if I was to attack with everything, what would happen? They could take... We mutually assured destruction there. Those would fly, could block one of them, take at least 8 damage. 3, they could kill my Scholar of Stars, Field Creeper. They wouldn't be left with enough. So I'm going to... I'm not going to spend forever calculating the maths, but I think I've got a pretty good play here. It doesn't win this hand, but it definitely sets me up for winning next. Okay, what else are you going to do? I may have miscalculated if I leave that Gearsmith. If she doesn't take out my Gearsmith, she just blocks it. I didn't think of that. I may be in trouble. I can still block with the Scholar of Stars. Yeah, no, they can't kill me this turn. I could still block that Gearsmith. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, I was pretty much holding on to them taking that. Now, I could save one of my cards. Are they killing anything? The Field Creeper. Okay, I'm going to put that in there, so that they don't kill it. Oh, I'm glad I did that, because I'd be really disappointed pulling an island next go. Now, they're done next hand, unless they've got something now that saves the bacon. Because I've got too much flying damage. Well, now they've got no flyers left at all. They can't block any of it. So they're basically bringing down 13. Okay. That is not that helpful. Sorry. But they wanted to draw a card. That's what they were after. Oh, I see. No, it's still not that helpful. Not without... They're going to get me down to 1. Is there something I'm missing? No. No, they were just hoping to draw a card. A good game. I will say good game. That was tough. We played it out. But again, not what Magic's about. I don't want to play the exact same deck. That's just like playing poker or something. It's just odds. There's no strategy so much as seeing who draws the best cards first. I wish they'd not done. I wish that was impossible to do, match you that way. But well. Okay, so we've done that 3. We've got new events.
Each one is different.
And we'll start earning new decks on new days. So this is where we start opening up the guild decks, which are 2-color decks, which will be fun to unlock. and we'll get one each day as we go through. But also we've got now access to some of the tournaments that come.
To earn more gold to play in events.
Yeah, do you think? And so here we've got a few things. If you want to open or get into some of this new tournament stuff, you're actually going to have to start paying some money to get these gems. So yeah, not all of the tournaments require that, mind you. Some of them just cost the coins. So here, 5,000, you can get into this ranked draft, and you do earn that by completing the quests. Remember, so we've got all these quests down here to fill in. So you can actually get into some of those just by playing. You do not have to spend. I've spent hours in Arena without spending a single dollar. I'm getting to the point where I want to, because I want to support the developers. I want it to keep going. So I'm looking at, maybe just get a welcome pack. Just a little, thank you for creating the game. But you don't have to. That's the great thing. It's not pay to win by any measure. You don't have to do that. And really, if you're paying it, so you can get more fun out of it and get into some of this stuff. But again, like I said, look, 1,000, that's pretty low. I've already got 1,000. And I've barely started, so you could get in and do this traditional control. Mind you, you want to know what you're doing, otherwise you're just going to lose and be kicked out. But you've got that element to go. Alright, that's enough for this episode. I'll see you next time as we try one of the other starter decks. Got 2 to go. And it'll be interesting to see how the white and the red plays out. Red is a bit of a favourite of mine because it's all attack, pretty much, and some nice kill spells and whatnot. So thanks for watching this episode. I'll catch you next time.